Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Ronald. How are you? Thank you for praying for me. I need it. You didn't have my YouTube on. I thought what? Wait, what happened? Okay. YouTube is doing something weird. Let me go back over here and see. That's interesting. What is that doing that for? Weird. Interesting. YouTube was doing something weird. Hi. Hi. I made a salad. I just made a salad. So, and I need to go get more lettuce. I just made a salad. It's got lots of stuff in it, but not a lot of lettuce. It's got carrots, tomatoes. I got these little tomatoes, and they're the different color tomatoes, and carrots and peppers, and the little baby cucumbers. I love cucumbers. Hi, pre-retirement days. Hello, hello. And you guys, I get to work tomorrow, so I'm probably not going to go live tomorrow. I hate to say that. I'm sorry, but I'm probably not, um, because I'm going to work. I could go later, but I'm going to go work at the other rec center in Buck, and I want to swim because our pool is closed from the 27th until tomorrow. And so, yes, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening while you work. And Ronald didn't have to wait 10 minutes. I was only 2 minutes late. Yay, me. Um, yeah, I made my salad. I have this is French dressing. It's Dorothy Lynch, but it's French. But it's French dressing. But I'm gonna take you over there and make me make a quesadilla with my chicken from yesterday, because I overcooked my chicken on the grill yesterday, and it's kind of dry. So what I'm gonna do is cut it. I might put some in my salad too. Cut it up and put it in a chicken quesadilla. I'm gonna make a chicken quesadilla. But first, I'm gonna light my candle. Be the light this season. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. There we go. And hopefully I won't put anything that will catch fire on it. I set my tea bag on fire the other day. I guess that was Monday night. I got my hymnal open because I was going to play you guys the doxology. We sing this at church every Sunday. Oh, and here's some bubbles. Let me see if I can get my bubbles to work. I can. I got them to work. Yay. I love bubbles. I love bubbles. I was sorting through my journals today, and Yeah. Cut. I got a stack over here. Fangirl Cheryl. Hi. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? I don't know that I've seen you here before. Thank you for being here. I might have, but I've seen you before. But I don't know if I've seen you here. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm going to play a little ditty on my flute. I can tell you the words after I play it, but we sing this at church every Sunday. And so it's always been, I don't know. It's always been in my head. When I heard it when I was little, I didn't even understand it. I'll explain more later. It's been a long time. I have a thing to go to, but wanted to pop in and say hi. Have a great day. Thanks. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So that's called the doxology. And in certain traditional churches, I was Presbyterian and I'm Presbyterian again. I go to Presbyterian church now. Lutheran, I think they might sing it in the Catholic Church, I think. And it goes, praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise him, O creatures here below. Praise him above, ye heavenly hosts. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Amen. I'll sing that because I sing songs in my head all the time, and especially when I'm at work to just like calm me and keep when I'm lifeguarding. So I'll sing it like in my head. And long ago, it was back in the 90s, I think, Oral Hershiser was the pitcher for the Dodgers. And I'm not really like, if I'm into something, if I'm mentioning something about sports, it's because either like my son's like this team or like my daughter's in Philly and her in-laws like the Eagles and something like that. And I don't like, no, I like them as, I kind of just don't want them to win, but I mean, I like them. It's just silly, but the Chiefs, my bully, I like the 49ers though, because that's San Francisco. But if it's something I say about sports though, it's something like that. It's just like, I like this person who was a pitcher for the Dodgers and he was a Christian. And on Johnny Carson, he says, Johnny Carson asks him about it, I guess, or something. And he says, so when I'm under pressure on the pitcher's mound and, I'm stressed, I sing this song. And Johnny Carson asked him to sing it. And he sung the doxology on Johnny Carson. And I thought it was pretty cool. Anyways, so like, yeah, if I say something about sports, it's usually because of like my sons are Bulldogs, go Bulldogs, went to University of Georgia. My ex was a Gator, so I'm not really. I know Anthony Simone, one of my moderators, loves the Gators. But that was kind of comical because we moved up to Georgia, and our sons end up going, and they're bitter rivals. They even went to the game together before, and so like it would be like good either way, whoever wins, because Dad's team is the Gators, and then my son's team was Georgia, and they would have the game every year on Halloween in Jacksonville. And I think they went to it twice, but it was kind of funny. And what was even hilarious is I was somewhat prophetic. I was somewhat prophetic, and I teased my husband because my parents came to visit us in Georgia. They came a lot to visit us in Georgia, more than his parents did. And then my parents are now deceased, and his parents are still alive, and they haven't been up to Georgia to see him or see us when we were there in almost 30 years, because they would just stop on their way to Chicago. But anyways, I'm always just telling you guys too much. I'm an open book. But anyways, so my parents came to visit like in the 90s, and I think it was when my oldest son was born. And we went to Athens because it turned out an old friend. My dad didn't have any siblings. He was an only child, and like no family, but this guy was like family. So this guy named Carol, an older man, older than my parents. So he probably passed away years ago, but he lived in Athens, and he was a big, I don't think he went to school there, but my grandparents, my dad's parents who adopted him in California had like rented a room to him or something, or he was a friend of the family. So when my parents came to Georgia to visit us, we went to Carol. It was a man named Carol. I haven't met too many other men named Carol, but back then it was a man named Carol. And he was a big Georgia fan, and we had just come to Georgia in 1988, and then with our oldest child, who was born in Florida, and then our oldest son was born in 1990 in Georgia. And I don't know if it was after we went here or not, but they were teasing, going back and forth with my husband, and he's not like really that into football, but he was a Gator. He went there for a couple years. But then finished in Boca Raton at college. But anyway, so they had this dog that would sing, it was a bulldog, stuffed animal toy that would sing, "Glory, glory, glory, Georgia, glory, 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 Georgia." And so it was funny. But I took my son was really, he was, he still is adorable. In mom's book, still is adorable, but he's 6'4". He inherited my height and my fair skinness, but he was little and he had chubby cheeks, and I was like, look, he already looks like a bulldog. And guess where he went to school? Yeah, University of Georgia. So that was kind of prophetic. It was funny, and I was teasing my husband. So yeah, rivals in the household. Yeah. Yeah. In more ways than one. But yeah, that's my funny Georgia story. But anyways, so if I say anything about sports, it's usually that. And I think the Eagles beat the Chiefs, so that was pretty cool. I think they did. But anyway, so I need to go make my I have my salad, and I'm gonna go over here and cut up my chicken and make my quesadilla with chicken in it. So I'm gonna take the plug, take you guys over here. What else was I gonna do? Okay, that's it. I'm going to pray before I eat, but I'm going to cook before I pray. Okay? Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up for me. I'm hoping to get, I'm close to the 3,000 watch hours where I can get members. I'm hoping to get that before the end of the year. And so I'll have a monetization party maybe around New Year's. It might coincide with New Year's. So I'm going to cut up this chicken. Here's the chicken. It's just kind of overdone, so I'm going to cut it up for my quesadilla. Oh, and I had the Georgia Bulldog room in my Airbnb in Georgia, and it was the most popular room. It was painted. I painted it red, and I did it for my sons. My younger son stayed in it a couple times. My older son never did because he was at his dad's, which was just like 15 minutes away. But my younger son was still at college. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Brenda. Thank you, thank you. And your books are on the way. Your books are on the way. I mailed them out yesterday. Oh. And I wanted to say, I didn't do a book giveaway, and I was maybe going to wait because I'm going to give away stuff. I'm going to give away money. I'm trying to do it the way Carol does it, with go to the Walmart and do it that way so you don't have to send me your address. I'm going to give away money when I have my monetization party, which I'm hoping, no crossing your fingers. I always go like this. No crossing your fingers. Prayers that I will be monetized for New Year's, and I'll have my monetization party for New Year's. So that will be fun. An absolutely cool thing that happened last year was I was trying to take a break, pretty much a break from YouTube when I went to see my daughter at last. I'm trying to think, was it Christmas or was it when I went in May? It might have been when I went in May, but both times I was I don't know when it was. When was my Slinky? So you watch the longer videos, Brenda, not the shorts. I mean, you can watch the shorts too, but they don't give me that much watch time. And I don't think they even count at all. I don't know. But I think it was when I went in May. And I was trying to take a break. Hey, Elsa. Hi. Yes, please go hit the like button. So when I went to Philly, I was kind of taking a break from YouTube. And I think this was in May. And I had this big Slinky, which I gave to, a big plastic Slinky that I gave to my daughter and them. I think her husband played with it more than the baby. But this chicken is so dry. So dry. I might even throw this piece away. It's ridiculous. So I need to put it in my salad, put it in a quesadilla, something. So my daughter just went, she has stairs, right? I want to put it down the stairs. And so I'm like, okay. So even though I was taking a break from YouTube pretty much, I filmed it going down the stairs. That became my most viewed video. That got, before my highest video was like 2,000. That was up to 5,000. And then this last summer, I was like, I'm gonna film myself in the pool again, because that's been a thing with me, because the pool, I'm a mermaid. Now I work at the pool. That's a thing with me. Um, and that went higher than the Slinky. That went to, I think it's at 7,000. So that was pretty cool. They got my view, before my when I was in St. Louis, and I just went to I went, like, the craziest things get all these views, and I don't ever expect it, but I think of it and I think it's like, I think it must be God giving me inspiration, because I'm like, what? Do that? I'm like, okay. And so when I was in St. Louis, I went to I would go to the storage periodically and start up my RV, right? So I did that. And I think before the Slinky, this was one of my highest viewed videos, just revving the engine of my RV, because it was a drivable RV, at the storage. And it was like, and it's insane, it's insane, the stuff that gets views. You don't ever know. And then I had, when I had COVID, I was bored, and I had these sticky balls that would roll. I still have them. My son loved to play with these when he came over. Okay, here they are. I had these sticky balls, and I raced them down the refrigerator, a sticky ball race, because they would go on the refrigerator and then they would roll down, because it wasn't like sticky enough. If I like throw these on the ceiling, they like stay. They pretty much stay. Although I didn't throw it hard enough. My arm is still hurting me, so I can't throw hard with this arm. That might fall down. But on the refrigerator, they would roll down, and that got a bunch of views. It was funny. So my son would play with them when he came. One time the sticky ball fell on my candle. But just silly stuff like that. I'm going to throw away the really dry part of the chicken. Oh, yeah, I need to get over there and watch that. Yes, I saw that, Tim. Did he go live, though? I don't know if he went live. But I saw a video on there. It's hard for me to watch all the videos I want to watch. I also cooked some, just because I felt like I needed to cook them. I don't want them to go bad. I need to go back to the store because I need lettuce for my salad, but I cooked these green beans. Good. They are good. Trying to eat healthier and eat less since Thanksgiving. Always allow myself cheats on Thanksgiving, but too many cheats I used to allow myself, for the whole month of December, and I'm not doing that anymore. I can't do that. So that's why I gain weight every holiday. I'd lose the weight in the summer, then just gain it back in the winter, and just yo-yo. And then also with our finances, we would not use the credit cards, and we would do good. Like, we stopped using the credit cards. Yay. We're using cash, or, our money that we have in our account. We're not using the credit cards. Yay. But then Christmas would come, and that would be totally blown out of the water. It's like, thankfully those days are over. I don't, it kind of, that was the blessing in disguise that, my children, a lot of them were not treating me well. So I was like, well, I don't have any money anyway. So he has the money. Let them get their Christmas gifts from him. So that was a good trend, actually. But then I waffled on that, though, when I got the money from my dad. Okay, I'm putting the cut up chicken back in here. I got cheese. And these, I got butter. And these will be low carb because I got Carb Counter, Lab, and Rita tortillas. So they'll be low carb. Yeah, this chicken is super dry. Super, super dry. Okay, washing off my cutting board. But yeah, I mailed out 4 books yesterday. 2 to Brenda, the Raising Hell and 7-Story Tree. 1 to Alec, which was the 7-Story Tree, and then I mailed Roy his Sudoku book. But hopefully, I think Roy is a lot better. I hope so. But we're still going to pray for Roy and Becky. We're still going to pray for Roy and Becky. Okay, I'm turning this pan on. Let's see. What is else the same? Hello, everybody. Tweet, tweet. Tweet, tweet. Cold. Phone is not working perfect. You read Winter Art Found. Not sure what you mean, but I'll try to figure it out, Elsa. Maybe you can figure it out. You want to see how much snow is left? Let's show you how much snow is left. Oh, it's a smaller thing there. See? Just a little bit. You guys, I may not leave here I may stay here until August because I like it so much. And I don't know. It's either August or February. My lease is up in February, but I might extend it 6 more months to August. I've been here 1.5 years. Okay. So what I'm doing is, can you see that? This pan is on. What I'm doing is going to put the butter in here. And then the tortilla, and then the chicken and the cheese. Let's get this melted. Can you see that? Can you see that? And then tortilla. I got good and together. My tortillas are kind of like sticking together here. Cheese. This is from Target, Good and Gather's Target brand. I don't usually boycott places. It's just silly. Silly. And rumors and the rumor mill. I like a little barbecue sauce in my chicken quesadillas. Oh, I thought of that too because, yeah, I ate the chicken with barbecue sauce because it's so dry, you guys. I have salsa. I like salsa on my quesadilla. So I have salsa. So now I'm putting the chicken. Yeah, this is the part like I need to throw away. This is the, let's throw that the burn part. Yeah, they got overdone. I was preparing to go live and I think I was putting my makeup on and I left the chicken on too long. Well, I've said putting makeup on. Like today, I just put on lipstick and mascara. That's it. I don't have time to put on makeup every day, and take all the time. Okay. I'll show you how much chicken I put. I put that much chicken. This is like a favorite. My I don't know if she still does, but when she first got married, my daughter would make all the time for her husband. My middle daughter is a good cook like me. I don't really think my other two daughters are as well, but I don't know. I think they're okay, but hi, Chris. How are you? Oh, ranch dressing is good on everything. So like I hear, like I don't do this, but I hear like people put ranch dressing on pizza now. Which is interesting. Oh, and so did I say I'm gonna work? Hey Nancy, hi. Thank you for coming in. Thank you all for being here. Got 7 watching. I wonder if I can flip it. It's tricky to flip it. I think I can flip it. Yeah, oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. It almost needs some more butter. Let me put some more butter in the pan. Yeah, this can be done in a minute. This is going to be done in a minute. It looks perfect. It looks perfect. Perfect. Yeah, that is perfect. I'm going to get it out. Turn it off. Get it out. I just want to make sure the cheese is melted, and I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. Perfect. So that side looks like that, and that side looks like that. It's perfect. And what I like to do, what I forgot to say to you guys, and I wanted to say to you guys, is that when I was talking about the bullying, I didn't want to be like sounding like I said I could be. end up being racist. I think that's how some of my brothers ended up being racist, is because they got bullied by someone of a certain race. But my best friend, I learned about quesadillas from my best friend in LA, Louise, and she was half Mexican. So, and I also had friends that were Black too. And then I also had, like I was explaining, that I was an equal opportunity bullied person. That I was bullied by, Mexican people in Los Angeles and white people, and then Black people in Boca Raton, and white people. And they bust in the they bust in people to Boca Raton because Boca Raton was predominantly white, and so they integrated the school in Boca Raton, and that's when they had riots there. The years, thankfully, not when we got there, because we got there in '79, and my brother started going there. I was in middle school, and I started going there to Boca Raton Community High School in 1980. So, and the girls that bullied me were at middle school, and they were integrated that school too. But Louise, my friend Louise, and to this day, like, her dad made this delicious Mexican. I should ask Crystal about it, because Crystal might know. So Louise's dad made this delicious Mexican stew, and I think it was with pork, and it was so good. And I still don't know what I never seen it like at a Mexican restaurant or anything, and I was just like, what is this, and how can I want to try to find a recipe for it, but I don't know what it's called or anything, or what it is. But like, Crystal might know. I should ask Crystal. But maybe it was something he made up. I don't know. But I learned about quesadillas from Louise first, and then we used to. My mom never made them for dinner though, but she would just make tacos. But we used to make them at our house for like lunch or something. But I used to make them for dinner, and then my daughter started to make them. Hey, Mary Little. Hello. Oh, where are you headed? So I was just saying, I might end up getting my van before I get my house or condominium. Each reason it uses pork. So you know about it. Oh, Nancy would know it. Yeah, I think it is pork. Yeah, I don't know what region he was from, but yeah, he went back to Mexico, which was interesting. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, that's a whole nother story. Won't get into that today. I'm gonna put some of this stuff away. I'll be right back. Then I'm gonna pray. The ball is still sticking to the I'm going to show you. The sticky ball is still sticking to the ceiling. I'm going to show you. See? Can you see it? You see it? Yeah, it's right there. The sticky ball. Is Guatemalan but lived in. Oh, okay. But anyways, I have never found out like what is this recipe and how do I make it? Oh, you're almost to Quartzsite. A lake. Cool. Which way are you going to Quartzsite that there's a lake? From California? I'm guessing. Yeah, there might be a lake from California to. Yeah. Yours is red. His was red. His was red. Yeah, it was a red like broth. It was kind of like a soup, more like a stew because it was thicker. And it was really good. You know, and everything with tortillas, they eat everything with tortillas. So I hope everybody's well. I'm gonna pray now because I'm about to eat. Dear Lord, thank you for this food. Thank you for all these YouTube friends and followers. I pray you will continue to heal Roy, continue to heal Becky with her health problems. But Roy recently had some serious health issues. I pray you continue to heal him. Continue to heal my friend Lori and let her daughter have a safe delivery and a healthy baby and be with her. Thank you for this food. Please bless all our children and grandchildren, Lord. Be with them, keep them safe. I pray that they would know that you are real, that you love them, and that I love them. I pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen. From the north. Okay. Yeah, I went through, on my way from here to Quartzsite, I went through Flagstaff and it was so snowy. There was so much snow. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Nancy. I'm going to put a little, I'm not probably going to eat all of this. Maybe eat half of it because I'm going to have my salad. Yeah, and I have my cherry vanilla Coke Zero. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I thought of that because I was like, well, I didn't tell them that my best friend was Mexican. You know, I got bullied by some Mexicans in Los Angeles, but my best friend was Mexican too. Oh, I'm sorry. Probably making you hungry. I had some friends that were black too in high school. I had a friend Mike in high school. He was black. He really wanted to date me. He was like, "What would your dad say?" And I was like, "I don't know." But he probably would have freaked out. Or I wasn't brave enough either back then. Well, I was not. I didn't realize this was unusual, but I thought it was normal. But I was a virgin in high school. I didn't lose my virginity until I got out of high school. But I didn't realize how unusual that was. I think I have a blog post on there's a blog post on my blog called Average Girl that's about stuff in, oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got in high school, what was the worst was the sexual harassment. I got that. This chicken is much better in a quesadilla than by itself. In middle school, it started in middle school in Boca Raton. Middle school and high school, I was sexually harassed by boys. It was really annoying. I didn't know what it was or what to do about it. And my mom didn't. My mom and dad were very naive like me. Really, because they were born in 1928, 1929. They were very nice. My parents were so clueless to be raising to be raising 7 kids in the 50s and 60s and 70s. Insane. So just they were clueless. They did the best they could. I forget. I don't feel like my siblings, even my deceased ones, I believe have forgiven them now. But my living siblings, I don't think they've forgiven them. But I feel like I've forgiven them, and I'm very thankful for my inheritance too. That helped. But I forgave them before that. Well, it was just I was at that age where I was developing and all that. I was 12 when I moved to. If I can think on it, I probably experienced some of that in California too. But so, yeah. I think I might have been about 5th grade when the white girl was bullying me. It was when I was walking home from school, and I don't know, she was in junior high at that time, I think. And so, and I think I stopped going to Girl Scouts because of her, because I was in Brownies and my mom was a leader. And then I moved to Girl Scouts. My mom wasn't a leader. And it was at this church we used to go to. And I saw that girl there. And I think I told my mom, like, I don't want to go to this. So she got me to get out of Girl Scouts. I'm like, that's not a good Girl Scout that bullies people. It's all like vague because this was like so long ago, you guys. 19, like I vaguely remember it. Vaguely. I'm gonna eat my salad now. Vaguely remember this. I love this dressing. Yeah, my friend Mike was just in my homeroom because both our last names began with H. Another beautiful one. You're funny, Chris. It's funny. I remember I'm not as sensitive about it, but one of the persons that was sort of bullying, I was eating. And did you see the movie? You seen the movie Mean Girls? Oh my goodness. That is such a good movie. Have you seen the movie Mean Girls? If you haven't, watched the movie Mean Girls. And that's a danger when you, and that's what I didn't want to do, and why I was so hesitant to bring anything up, is you have a, you can become a bully yourself. You can become that person that you don't like. And so that's what, I didn't do that, but I continued to get bullied because I just put up with it. I can remember these girls in the cafeteria at middle school too saying, "You chew like a cow," or something like that. And I'm just like, and back then, I was really sensitive. So all of these things, that's why I remember it too. All these things were so hurtful. And they would like act like they were my friend. Because I remember this one girl that was bullying me, and I think it was middle school was just so hard. I wouldn't ever want to go back. Not too scary. Ran out of Not Too Scary Road. Yeah. Yeah. Parents learn what they live, lead with love and the light. Yeah. So, but my mom would always be like, ignore them. They're just jealous. Ignore them. They're just jealous. But it just continued and continued and continued. And looking back, how your hindsight's 2020. The sexual harassment was bullying too. It was just different, but it was just bullying. And I would be like, they like me. And it's supposed to be a good thing. And it's just like, no, it's not. This feels yucky and wrong. And it was because, they just liked, me on the outside. They didn't even know me, on the inside. They just were just sexually aroused. And was middle school, and it was different in high school in California. When I left there in 79, I was in sixth grade. Yeah, I was in sixth grade and had started. Yeah, sixth grade, and I had started. No, I was in seventh grade, and I had started junior high. Was seventh, eighth, ninth in California. Then I came. So I was in only middle school, like 2 years, and a year and a half, really. Because when we moved to Florida, they had middle school, which was sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. Wait, is that right? Yeah, sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. So, yeah. Hey, Alec. Yeah, Alex is getting out of school. Hey, but I wish I would have known more um, about it, or had talked to somebody about what to do, because especially when the sexual harassment started, because I didn't even know what it was. And I just tried to. I'll read the poem to you about that, but I just ignored it. So I continued and continued, like my whole senior year. This underclassmen too. Underclassmen harassed me, and I must have got my locker late. I don't know why. I'm a senior. I should have a good locker. I should have had my locker moved. I probably could have done that, but I just didn't do anything. I just ignored him, and he continued and continued and continued, like all my senior year, harassing me. And his locker was above mine. And it's like, why is my locker down here? I should have had it. I should have had my lock. I should have said, like, I need a different locker. Like, I wasn't, I just wasn't, what do you call it? Very assertive. That's the word I'm looking for. I wasn't assertive. Was it better at Catholic school? Another good movie that has bullying in it too. But I don't think there's always a good solution in these movies either. Is a movie Wide Awake. Did you ever watch that movie Wide Awake? It's a good movie. It's about these boys in a Catholic school. And there's a bully, and he has to leave the school because his parents can't afford it. Yeah, I did. I was shy, and I did have a problem. I wouldn't do that, and especially I told you my siblings, so I was learning that. I was learning that in the home. Just ignore them. And that's why my brother continued to bully me. And my sister, the ones that are still living now, they bullied me when I was little. My sister, not physically though. Yeah, I'll read you the poem. It's in this. It's it was just a very confusing thing for me. It was good selling. So I need to get some more food, and I'm going to a Sunday school party on Saturday, and I'm gonna make that King Ranch chicken since it's pretty easy. So I have to go to the store for that. Yeah, my parents would have never taken me out of any. My 7 kids couldn't afford. We didn't go to. We went to public school, and I really think the schools were much better in California than in Florida at that time. I don't know about now. I definitely had a problem telling people to piss off. Definitely did not. I always wanted my sister and my brother to be my friend. And like my brother and I had been friends until he got to be about 12, 13. And then he just got mean. Um, so yeah. Um, in the movie Wide Awake, he's nice to the bullies. And then another good movie that's about bullies, I feel I said Mean Girls, Wide Awake. Also, Wide Awake isn't mainly focused on bullies, but I really love the theme of Wide Awake is like he's searching for God. Check it out. I'll put the let's see. I'll put the trailer for these movies in the comments. Because there's another one I want to talk about because I was thinking of it today. It's called Harriet the Spy. Wide Awake is an M. Night Shyamalan movie, which is an unusual one of his movies, but it is. And I think you can get it on. I think you can buy it on YouTube or might be able to get it on Amazon Prime. It's from the 90s, I think. But it's really cute movie. Oops, there goes another rubber tree plant. That's a good old song. That trait is why I can't be married. Yeah, I'm wondering. I wonder about that sometimes. If I can't ever be married. I think I will remarry eventually, but I'm not gonna rush it anymore. I used to try to rush it, but I'm not gonna rush it. I still get my alimony for a little while, so okay. I earned it. I earned it. She works hard for the money. Ah, shoot. You know what? This is my shirt from Graceland, but I got dressing on it. So I'm upset with myself. I got dressing on my shirt. It's sun. Wait, I'm way better off solo. Yeah. I'm better off right now solo. But I don't know that I will be forever. But this is Sun Records from I got the shirt at Graceland. That was Elvis's record label. But I think the trash men are here. It's loud out there. I got dressing on it. Darn it. Okay. Yeah, I'm better off solo for right now. Good. I'm one thing I did, I don't know, you might think this is bad, and yeah, because I never said anything until recently to my sibling. I didn't talk. The other one I can't even. It's a long story. I have a family member that stalks and harasses and makes fake accounts online. So that's all I'll say about that. But yeah, so I don't talk to them anymore. I gave them enough chances. The chances are over. Yeah, I just posted a Oprah Winfrey quote, a good Oprah Winfrey quote on my blog, and I'll read it to you because it's really short. I had it. I would write things on my blog like journaling, and not. And incidentally, I just went through my journals today, but I write regular writing. I'm redheaded writing hood, y'all. Writing with a W. And I'm a writer, and I have hundreds of journals. But I also wrote on my blog and didn't post a lot of things. But I just posted that. I'm like, this is just a little short thing, and it's a quote, and I'm gonna post it because it's good and it's applicable and all that. Call me. Crystal says, bully guru. I'm the bully guru now. I'm the bully expert. All bullies are not alike. YouTube bullies that make whole videos about you are different than just schoolyard bullies, and then sexually harassing bullies are different. That they all have different goals. They all have different goals, but they're all harmful, and they all need to be dealt with, and they need to be stood up to. That's what they need to, Sometimes you avoid them. Sometimes you stand up to them. Sometimes you threaten to sue them. That's how if there's a video up lying and slandering you, yeah, then you can sue them. Okay, Mary, bye. Have a nice lunch. But yeah. So I was imagining my inner child, and also with the sexually harassers too. That would have put a stop to it. I imagined I might have gotten in trouble because that's when I started, trying to stand up for myself is when I got in trouble. It is like when I would get in trouble. So yeah, and like the page publishing. I mean, they were, stealing my royalties, that's a whole other thing. But that was definitely hurtful. And I spoke out about them on social media because I didn't have any money to get a lawyer then. And then they tried to sue me. It's like, what the heck? Like, you're going to do this to me and then you're going to sue me? That's insane. But they didn't have a case, so it wouldn't fly. So that would be the case with, I have a case because they lied and slandered me and they started it. So yeah, since they didn't have a case, and when I got money from selling my house, I tried to find a lawyer then when I was up in the St. Louis area, but I couldn't. I only found a lawyer that, they wanted to make money off me. They wanted to defend me because, that's how I found out about it. And when I talked to them about countersuing, they weren't so interested in that. And I'm just like, never mind. I want somebody that's going to defend me and help me sue them, because they're the ones that need to be sued. And so I couldn't find a lawyer, and I never even responded to it at all. I never even responded to that lawsuit, and it just was dropped. Yeah, see you later, Mary. Skip Mary. More fun than that. But yeah, let me read the one about high school was pretty bad too. I would never, people talking about like, I don't know, glory days, like Bruce Springsteen or something. Ronald dropped his link. Check it out. Yeah. Mods, you can drop your links anytime. You can drop your links now if you want. Because I forget to say it at the end. So moderators, drop your links if you want to drop your links. I'll read you the poem about what was going on in my house. I would never want to go back. Never, ever, ever, ever. No. It was miserable. Miserable. High school, middle school, all of it. Miserable. So it's called My Chain. I did some things wiser in high school than I did later on. Since I sowed my wild oats in my 50s, I actually consider myself, I was wiser, but it was a lot of it had to do with fear too. I wouldn't sow my wild oats when I was younger because of fear, because I didn't like being perceived as bad, bad, quote unquote bad. I was a good girl, Goody two, goody two, goody goody two shoes, goody two, goody two, goody goody two shoes. Don't drink, don't smoke. What do you do? Don't drink, don't smoke. What do you do? Something innuendo. Must be something inside. Okay, let me share the trailers to these movies. I said I was going to share. And then Mean Girls, that's about bullies. And what does she do? She turns into a bully herself, Did it make a new movie? Oh my goodness. They're going to make a new movie. Oh my goodness. I can't imagine it could be better than the first one though. Well, see, they turned it into a play. And incidentally, Lindsay Lohan, that's like what I look like in middle school. Yeah, in this movie, because the long hair, the long red hair, yeah, she looks like it could be my sister or my twin. And she's like the goody goody, but then she turns into, he's like, you are one of them. Missing Link. Oh, Clueless. That was a good show too. That one's good. Yeah, I think that has some of that stuff in it too. But this is the one with Lindsay Lohan. But it looks like there's one coming out in 2024. Mean Girls. Well, what year is that? 2004. And the girl being bullying, like Regina George, like bullying, but she's pretending to be your friend. Like, oh, that's so pretty. And then she's like, oh, what an ugly bracelet. I mean, they're fake. They're fake. That's why they're called the plastics. The plastics. I want to see something. Let me see what year is. Wide Awake is 1998. And it has what's her name? She plays a nun. I can't think of her name right now. Rosie O'Donnell. That's it. And then Harriet the Spy is maybe an even older one. But my kids read the book too. But I really feel like because they end up bullying her, and it's not right, but she befriends them again in the end. Which I like that. It's a sweet concept, but I don't know. Because the quote I'm going to read you is about not going back. Does not do till done years ago. Does not do till done years ago. Let's see, Harriet the Spy, 1996. And all of those, except for Mean Girls and Harriet the Spy and Wide Awake, those characters are nice and forgive the bullies. But two, in Wide Awake, the bully's leaving. And so he's like nice to him and feels sorry for him because his parents can't afford the public school. But he never does stand up to him or anything. Well, I think he says something to him when he's on the, like, you must have a fifth grade education or something like that. He says something to him on football and makes fun of him because he's trying out for the football team, but he doesn't make it. Yeah, I think he does try to stand up for himself. And I really love that character. His name is Joshua Beale in Wide Awake. Great movies. So let me share the post of the link to my blog. So I just posted this that was a private post, like journaling on my, here's journal. This is a journal from 2019. This is my journal now. But also journaling on my blog, and I wrote this. Let me see if I can. My blog. I'm going to read it to you, but here's a link to my blog. No, that's not it. That's the thing. Oh, I see why. Let's I'm going to read it to you, but let me first put, okay. Hi, Gracie. I saw your comment, but I haven't answered it yet. Gracie, the book you commented on, I got extra copies of those for people to win. And since you commented on that blog, it's such a good Devo. Let me find it. It's called Between You and I, God. And I want to send you that. Gracie, thank you so much for coming in. If you are interested in a copy of that little book, let me go to this. There's my email. Send me, I'll show it to you. Send me your snail mail address. I will send you a copy of that devotional. You win. Because I didn't give away a book on my live this week. So Gracie, I want to send you this book if you want it. Email me your snail mail address. I will mail it to you. It's just a little inexpensive book, but it's a wonderful devotional. That was the one I read from that you said blessed you. Your comment, I'm sorry I didn't respond to it yet because that's what I wanted to say. I'm so glad to see you. You win. Gracie, you win. I'm glad you came in here. You win. If you would like this book, me to send you this book and you don't mind, I will keep your address private. Don't worry. If you have a post office box, that's even better. But send me your snail mail address. I'm assuming you're in the United States. It's $3.92. I know how much it is now. It's only $3.92. Hey, Granny. Hi, Lori. How are you? But Gracie, you win this book. You win this book. It's a great devotional. I love it. And that's why I bought it. And it's inexpensive. And I found it on, I got mine at Walmart. They don't have it at Walmart anymore because I got it so long ago. So I was like, well, let me see if I can find it on Amazon. And I found these on Amazon and they're very inexpensive. And so I will send that to you. In fact, it almost costs as much to send it as the book costs, but it's worth it. It's very, very good. Whenever I'm anxious or whatever, like I was that day, I pull this one out. I have other ones that I don't like as well. I've gotten into collecting the devotions again, like I did before. This one is okay. I had this one before. I just got a new one by Joyce Meyer. This one's good. Well, I think this one's going to be good. I just started it. But yeah, I have a lot. This one's nice. This one was at Walmart. So like I had one like this. I had one like this. When I downsized, I got rid of them. And, I was away from God too. So I was like, let me get rid of all this stuff. Let me get rid of all. I was in a bad place. I went to return a blog post to public and I had already returned it to public. So if you go to my blog and look up, what am I besides a glutton for punishment? And that's about when I was away from God and I was like, what am I? I'm not a Christian. I'm not a conservative. Like, what am I? And it happened to be around Halloween too. So, but it's a whole blog post about, just my thinking at that time. And, but God came and got me, like I always say, in the little sheep, He left 99, left them all behind to find me. I almost gave the sheep away. I'm glad I kept the sheep. I bought the sheep in Colorado. I bought this at the mercantile store in, what was it? Where was it? Right when you come into Colorado from Wyoming. I forget what it's called. I sent Paul the shot glass I got there. Now I forgot the name. What's the name of that mercantile, Paul? On your shot glass. But I bought this there. Yeah. And it's a little sheep. And it might have been before I even came. He was drawing me back, with love. You're just spiritual, not religious. Yeah, I would say that when I was away from God too. But yeah, I mean, everybody's, it's really, I don't know. It's just semantics, really. It's really the same thing, though, I think, Lori. Oh, wow. Cool. What about drawing you back? Yeah, he was drawing me back. And I was upset because my daughters weren't. Your husband is a reverend. My husband was a reverend. Your ex-husband is a reverend, or did he pass away? Yeah, I wanted to be a pastor. Before I was away from God, I wanted to be a pastor. And I was going to start going to late husband. Okay. And I was going to, start going to I started going to the Lutheran church when I left the Baptist church. And women can be pastors in the Lutheran church too. And now I go to the Presbyterian church, which is back to my roots. But I don't believe every jot and tittle the same as them. I don't think any two Christians believe everything the same, Yahweh. Yeah, what denomination was he? They can be like as different as night and day. And God really, the first thing before God started working on me about the hell concept was he started working with me on other things. And one of the first things was you can't lose your salvation. I was involved with all these charismatic Christians and Catholics because there was a homeschool group. So they were all different kinds of Christians. And I was like, see, what do they believe? Do I believe the same as them? We had people, me and my husband, people lay hands on us to get us to speak in tongues, and we didn't speak in tongues. I did start praying in tongues later, way after that. And I do a little bit pray in. Yeah, I know Yeshua is Jesus in Hebrew. I know that. Yeah, I know that. But I was saying, what denomination was he? I've never heard of that denomination, if that's a denomination. Yeshua. It might be, because there's lots and lots and lots of denominations, but I never heard of that denomination. Okay, thank you, Gracie. Yes, I'll get that out to you. Cool. Because I felt kind of bad. I'm like, I'm going to give away money. I think I'm going to stop, because I got all backed up on mailing the books out, but I did mail them all out yesterday. And so I didn't give a book out on Monday Nights Live. And I was like, well, at the end of December, probably when I get my monetization party, when I do my monetization party, I'm going to give away money. So I need to save up for that. But if anybody wants to help me out with costs for my channel and costs of mailing out books and all of that. My Catholic. What? That's not computing. Catholic priests don't get married, so that does not compute, Lori. He must have been something else, because Catholic. Were you his secret wife? Do tell, Lori. Do tell. Do tell. Yeah, Catholic priests do not marry. At least they're not supposed to. Read the older books. Well, Catholic priests have never been able to get married, nor can they now, nor could they ever. So, yeah. That's interesting. Do tell. Catholic. That's funny. So your ex-husband was a Catholic priest? Wow, that's a story. I had so I used to debate all the time with the Catholics. That's one of the things that he wasn't cathartic. That's the word I like. Cathartic means a cleansing. You're Catholic. I was asking, what denomination was your husband? But before I got into my thoughts on hell, I looked into the doctrine of eternal security and like, what are these people saying about losing your salvation? That's wrong. That is so wrong. And Baptists don't believe that, and neither do Presbyterians. I don't think I could go to a church like not regularly. I've been to Catholic churches and been to charismatic churches a lot, but to visit. But I don't think I don't know if I'll ever join a church at all anyways. So I don't know if I'll ever join a church, but I definitely wouldn't join a church that believed you could lose your salvation. Because it's just like they're holding that over you to control you, like the doctrine of hell. They're holding it over you to control you, So, but so let me read the poem. It's called My Chains, because it was very confusing, because I was like, I wanted the boys to like me, but I wanted them to like me for me, not because, I had I remember one boy talking to my friend, and she said, he called you the one with the bod. The bod. And so it was just very upsetting and confusing time, because I wanted boys to like me, but I wanted them to like me for me. He was Southern Baptist. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was for 30 years. 30 years. From, well, let me see, 2015 to, from 1990 till 2015. How many years is that? 2015 is when I left the Baptist church. And it was pretty bad. In the South, they're very misogynistic. So don't let women even teach over a man. Like we had, not this last Sunday, but the Sunday before, and I've several times had a woman teaching our Sunday school class, but they wouldn't let them teach over men. 2015 minus 25 years. Yeah, that's right. 25 years. He's been gone for 10 years now. 25 years I was in the Southern Baptist Church in Georgia. uh, 25 years. So, but this poem's called My Chains, and it was how like it just left me confused and irritated because even the boy that sexually harassed me in middle school, I kind of liked him, but I was just like, he doesn't like me. He's just like, it escalated to he had one boy hold me down and he kissed me, and that was my first kiss. Like, how romantic! Thanks so much. One boy held me down. He kissed me on the forehead. Thankfully, he didn't kiss me on, but that was really sexual assault. Now that I know more now, that was sexual assault. And so, yeah, but I didn't understand it. Keys of Enoch is missing from the Bible, and so are lots more. I've never heard of Keys of Enoch. My like I said, I used to debate people. I used to debate my father-in-law. I used to debate my Catholic friend. And I have, incidentally, when I was in Oregon, I found a Catholic Bible. I have a Catholic Bible that has Maccabees and all that in it. And the one my father-in-law would talk about was there's a book of Mary Magdalene, there's a book of Thomas. Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, that's what this is. This is studying theology and how they brought in the doctrine of hell, the Catholic Church. But there's nothing, and then this is teaching like there's no word for eternal in either the Greek or the Hebrew. So, and like, how does that make sense? How does it make sense that for a short amount of time you sin, then you're going to be burning in hell for all eternity? And doesn't it not make more sense that a loving God would be patient and long suffering? He's not willing that any should perish. And it says in the Bible that every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that Jesus is the Lord, to the glory of the Father. Every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. And then in another place it says that's how you get saved. So there you go. Every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess. Eventually, not right now, but eventually. And it's called Universal Salvation. And before that, I found the book by William Barclay, and he was a theologian, and he was a Universalist. He was from the Church of Scotland. So he didn't go to a church that probably didn't go to a church that believed everything he believed, but he was a theologian. This is a very good book. It's called Daily Celebration. And in Julie's book, she mentions him. She mentions and Hannah Whitall Smith, who wrote The Christian's Secret of a Happy Life. She has a book and they edited out the stuff in it. It's called The Unselfish Love of God. And she came to the there is no hell. That's what I believe from this. I've never heard of the Book of Enoch. I don't think. I will look that up, but there's it says in the Bible that the lake of fire was reserved for the devil and their angels, but there's no word for eternal. There's no word for eternal in the Greek or the Hebrew. She goes into the study of the Greek and the Hebrew. But I love the Bible, honestly. That's what she's going into, studying the Bible in depth and studying church theology and how the various doctrines came up. And the ball just fell from the ceiling, the sticky ball. Earlier, I threw a sticky ball on the ceiling because I was talking about my videos that got a lot of views. And it just fell just now. But I love the Bible. I do love the Bible for inspiration, um, you know, for teaching. Um, like that old song, huh? Yeah. I don't think we're going to be believing the same things. Like, no people, and I'm like, I'm okay with going to my church, and I know a lot of them, believe in hell or whatever, or listening to my pastors preach, because it's for how to live. How do we live right now? That's what I'm about. It's not for about like I know all the truth and I'm right and you're wrong. Like nobody has it right. No denomination has it all right. They're all wrong. There's all something wrong in all of them. No one person has all the answers. We're people. We're finite human beings, and I feel like growing on that is like a journey. But anyways, I really love this. There's an interview with her. I'll put it in there. I'll put that in. I'll drop it in the link. But my problem when I was away from God was like, how now do I decide what's right and wrong? I had no guidance and no guidelines. Wait, let me go to the Raising Hell YouTube channel. So Julie Forwarder has a YouTube channel. Always Keisha's song comes up. Keisha has a song, Raising Hell, which is funny, but that's not it. Not YouTube Music. Channel. That's why that came up. Okay. That's why you're just spiritual and not religious. But I'm saying, like, to me, they're the same thing. To me, they seem very similar. Like there's not really much. What is the difference? Like, tell me that. What's the difference between being spiritual and being religious? I think religious just has a negative connotation. So people will say that I'm just spiritual, but they're really the same thing. Unless, like you say, like religious is people telling people I'm right and everybody else is wrong. If it's like that, then I would say, yeah, I'm not religious either. But I'm always perceived by people as religious, and that was the good thing about having that time. If there was anything good about it, it wasn't really good. I learned a lot from it. Just like the thing with the bully, I learned a lot from it, but it wasn't pleasant. It wasn't quote unquote good, but God brought good out of it. So being away from God, what the good that God brought out of that was like breaking down all my beliefs and me examining all of them, and like, what about this? Do I still believe that? Do I want, is that true? And what about, because things happened, and like one of the things was the Southern Baptist Church is very negative about Catholicism. They would say the Catholic Church is the whore of Babylon spoken about in the book of Revelation. That's what the Southern Baptists would say. So I can't imagine, like, if you were a Catholic then and married to a Southern Baptist preacher, how difficult that might have been. But yeah, that's what they used to say in my Southern Baptist church. They were very negative towards Catholicism. They were very negative towards gays. They were, and they were misogynistic. It was just bad, and I was just like, I don't want all that. So it was like a cult of faith in whatever religion they choose. Yeah. But that's interesting too, because I was watching like these very spiritual people. I was watching this thing on. Now I canceled everything, but now I have Amazon Prime. So I wanted to watch the Tyler Perry documentary. He was Southern Baptist, but you are a human having a spiritual experience, or a spiritual being having a human experience. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Elsa, we are. Yes, exactly. Exactly. But and like any religion, I think, can become like a cult. Like, not all Catholics believe you have to be Catholic to be saved. But when you're believing like you have to be Catholic and you have to do it this way and that way, or you're not saved. Do you have to be Jehovah's? That's what makes them so. And this Baptist church I was in, the Baptist churches I was in Georgia, were very cult-like. And then I was watching this show last night it's called The Universe Twin Flames. Twin Flames. This is what my mother-in-law would say. Sweet lady, just like so codependent. My father-in-law was a narcissist, like my husband, like, his son, but so codependent. But she would be like, I believe what you believe. She would a little bit of Buddhism here, a little bit, whatever's good. Whatever's good. What, I believe. She would be like, I believe what you believe. She was like a chameleon. I believe what you believe. I believe what you believe. So, but yeah, sweet lady. So codependent. Of course, she hates me now because she's on her son's side. But bless her heart, I still pray for her. Bless her heart, I still pray for her. So they can become like a cult. And so I was watching this series on Amazon Prime about the Twin Flames cult, and these people are controlling these people. And I haven't watched the whole thing yet, but it's insane. It's insane. And I was involved when this was going on. I'm going to read this poem about my chains, about the sexual harassment, and how I liked this boy, and I liked the other boy that sexually harassed me on the bus in middle school. But I knew, I'm like, they don't like me. They don't like me. They don't even know me, because it was just like sexual harassment. And I was involved. I got involved with a friend when I was a senior in high school. Was when when this poem happened. I got involved in her church, which was the Worldwide Church of God. And so it wasn't like, there are some cults that aren't like so dangerous, although, there's lots of abuse that has happened in the it's kind of like all of the anyone's that go into extremes. It's kind of like, my green card guy was Islamic, and it's kind of like that. They're not the extreme ones, so they're just religious. It's not like, it's just, there's extremes in everything. And I felt like the Baptist churches I was involved in Georgia were almost like cults. Were like, you have to follow what the pastor says, and all sorts of churches in Christian denominations. I've heard of charismatic ones becoming like that. I know a channel that's good. I haven't been over there in a while, and she's starting to talk about it. Let me see. Let me share the Raising Hell website. But Travel Snacks, she's starting to talk about cults too, because she's not on the road in her van anymore. But I'm gonna share the Raising Hell YouTube. These are Christian universalists. Yeah. I'm a leader of my own beliefs. Yeah. But but my mother-in-law is a major enabler, so which is not good either. What I was saying yesterday is like I don't want to be around those type of people either. So when I left the YouTube community where I was being bullied and they were like running me out of it and like canceling me, and a lot of those people, and I was more upset with the people that I thought you were my friend and I thought you'd be on my side, and I thought, duh, you can see what they're doing to me is wrong. And I think some of them even knew that, but they didn't want to be put out of the community either. So they were brown nosers, and I call them they're the codependents, and and the bullies are the more narcissistic type people, and then and the controllers, the bullies want to control everybody, and the flying monkeys are the codependents, and the enablers and kissers is what I would honestly call them. What I've had the most trouble with is my language since I came back to God. I've been pretty good at being celibate again. Just Mario was a slip up. And buying the van from Mario was stupid. But anyways, I was trying to get out of St. Louis. But anyways, what I've had the most trouble with is my language, and I do have trouble with my anger. And like I said, now that I don't think, because I honestly believed my beliefs, and I believed people who didn't accept Christ were going to go to hell. So that made it easier for me to forgive them. I'm like, oh well, and so my anger and my language sometimes, and I pray every day, like, Lord, forgive me, help me to forgive, because a lot of people have treated me really bad and I did not deserve it. So those are the two things I probably had the most problem with since I came back to God, is my language and anger and forgiveness. And in some ways, my anger is good, because it's helping me not to put up with that treatment, because I don't have to put up with that treatment. Before your mom passed away, she wanted to see a priest. There was this one priest she really liked. My dad called his office 5 times. He never returned my dad's calls. Now it's too late. I don't think it's too late. I'm not Catholic. I'm not Catholic. And I debated and argued all these things with my Catholic friend. I would debate on it. Like, you can't lose your salvation. You can't lose your salvation. You don't have to see a priest. You can confess your sins to God. It's in the Bible. Confess your sins directly to God. And now I don't even believe there's a judgment day. There's a judgment day, and we'll be cleansed. When it talks about fire in the Bible, it talks about a cleansing. And so it's funny and ironic that I would argue with my friend about purgatory. There's no purgatory in the Bible, blah, 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 blah. But the fire in the Bible is often talking about cathartic. That's what it's burning away the bad things, which will happen. Hey. Hi. Can you hear me? It's Lindy. Lindy. Hello, can you hear me? This line is bad. I'm live. I'm live right now, so let me call you back. I don't have a good connection in this apartment. But that was Lindy. I need to call her back. Blinded by the light, missing out on the love. It takes all kinds. Be kind. Yeah. Lindy, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I don't think I have a good connection. Lindy, I'm live. Let me call you back. Hello? That time I couldn't even hear her. Let me text her. Let me text Lindy. So yeah, I believe your mom is in heaven. I believe my deceased siblings, my deceased brothers, my mom and dad, they're in heaven. You don't have to have your last rites read to you. The Catholic Church used to teach, and this was so heartbreaking because people whose family members take their own lives and then teaching that they're in hell, that's the unpardonable sin. That was so wrong and so damaging to people already hurting. That was like, I was very, and I used to write about it. I think I might be able to return that to, I was almost obsessed with it. I would speak out about cults, what I called false religions, and I would talk about Catholicism and what I said, perceived as the wrong teachings in there. But what's ironic is that the way she teaches about the fire that cleanses you after the judgment, because there is a judgment. It's like people aren't getting away with anything. People still aren't getting away with anything. There's going to be a judgment day, and then there's going to be a cleansing, but everybody will eventually come to Christ. Every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess that Jesus is Lord, to the glory of the Father. That's what the Bible says. So that's what I believe now. And this is a very good book. And I need to, did I put it? Raising Hell YouTube. Okay, I did. Yeah. So I need to text Lindy. Let me see. I have to go out of my apartment. I have a bad connection in here. So, yeah. So, yeah. So that's that. Let me read you this poem and I'll pray and let you all go so I can call Lindy back. Yeah, but I, faith, without faith, it's impossible to please God. For he who comes to him must believe that he is, and that he's a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. I have faith that and as it went on, like my brother Paul, and I knew he was seeking, and he was in prison. But I knew he was seeking, and I sent him information. He was like, because all these religions, all these people come visit you when you're in prison. He's like, the Seventh-day Adventists come, and so he was asking me about the Seventh-day Adventists, and I sent him information on the Seventh-day Adventists and why I felt like they were a cult. And I don't know now. I don't know. Like I said, everybody's wrong. Everybody's wrong. Doesn't matter. Go where you feel like my reason for going to church and why I go to the church I go to is totally different than before. Like before, I thought the Baptists were closest to being right. They don't think you can lose your salvation. They don't have purgatory. They had hell doctrine, but they don't have purgatory. And yeah, I felt like they were closest to the truth, and that's why I went there. But now I go to church for the fellowship, and two, it's my heritage. If I maybe was brought up Catholic, I might go to the Catholic church, even though I went to a ton of Catholic churches when I was in Italy. They're so beautiful. But yes, she was not alone. It's never too late. Yes. Yes. And yeah, you could, and they believe in praying you out of purgatory, but I don't believe in that. But no, I don't believe it. Don't believe it's too late at all. And as my brother died, and then my brother Tim had a Bible that said, "To Tim in celebration of your spiritual rebirth," and like they were brought up in the Presbyterian church too. And so, but then when my brother Mark died, I really started questioning it because I'm like, he doesn't believe, and he didn't believe it at all. Didn't go to church. Didn't. He was a little bit out of touch with reality. Like he thought Psalm 53 was about him because he was born in 1953. I'm like, a lot of people were born in 1953, right, Mark? So he was a little bit. He had mental health issues. But I can remember turning over my calendar and then the verse, I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me will never die. That's plain right there. The way I believed before, too, even, your mom would be saved. Either way, because the way I believe in the Baptist way, it's her belief that it's dependent upon. It's not dependent on some priest saying the last rites before you die. That's, of course not everybody can have that. But yeah, the way I believed as a Baptist is it's your personal belief. If she trusted in Christ, that's enough, whether Catholic, Baptist, Pentecostal, whatever, that's the way I believed before. And although I went to the Baptist church because I thought they were closest to being right. But when my brother Mark died, I had a question, and he died on the 2nd of April. And I turned my calendar over to April, and for Easter, it had that verse from John, I think it's 11 or 12. I think it's 11. Where it says, "I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me shall not perish." And then after my brother Mark passed, my cousin Stacy passed, and I was just like, I have a whole poem about her being up in heaven. And but I still, believe there will be a judgment. We'll be judged for everything, and there'll be a temporary, maybe cathartic. That's where that word comes from. Cathartic, burning away of a cleansing. So, yeah. Oh, I got a voicemail. Okay. So yeah. So that's my story of gradually not believing in hell and then finding this. For a starter, let me share the God is Gray link. So this is what I listened to first before I got the book, actually. Is Julie Forwarda on this channel, God is Gray. Hi, Michigan Carol. Hello, hello, hello. But yeah, this is a very interesting live. Julie is the author of the book. And this is where I found out about her on God is Gray channel. And the title of it is Hell Real. So, yeah, I listened to that first. I didn't get the book right away. I got the book later. Yeah. Let me read this poem about the confusion the sexual harassment caused me. And I was going through stuff with my dad, and my mom and dad were having marital problems. And it was just, talk about hell. Yeah. Talk about hell. And I was a teenager, and I was going through hell. I was going through hell. You made it to the, God is great. Yes. Yes, he is. He is. The way he answered my prayer about the bully taking down her video, you guys, was just astonishing. I don't know if anybody understands, but I'm trying to just, yeah, God is great. He can answer your prayers in a way you never imagined. Never, ever imagined. Yeah. So this poem's called My Chains. I dreamed I was in high school again. I was taking a test. I hadn't studied. I was bound to fail. Dad, where are you? He's more interested in helping that single mom at the office. She could use some help, but Dad, I need you. These boys are annoying me. What should I do? Can you come to my band performance? No. Can you pick me up from practice? No. Well, whatever, Dad. Well, he did pick me up from practice, but he was late because he was talking to a woman on the phone. Well, whatever, Dad, since you don't have the time, at least these boys at school do. But I won't go past second base. Don't worry. I'm a good girl. Goody two-shoes, that's me. I'll be faithful, Dad. Can't you see? I won't be like my brother. I won't even start. I won't get locked up in the prison of addictions. I've never even touched those drugs. Don't drink, don't smoke. What do you do? Don't drink, don't smoke. That's an Adam Ant song. No one sees inside of me. The battle's in my mind, and I am losing it. There's a war raging inside my head. That annoying boy's harassing me every day. In between the inappropriate things he says and does, he smiles at me. He's kind of cute. Perhaps he does like me. Dear God, today he stood on a bench and proposed. It's the nicest thing he's ever said to me. But he doesn't even know who I am or that I'm enjoying this attention. This guy is nuts over me. Go figure. Having this power is intoxicating. This can't be happening. I'm addicted and I can't get him out of my mind. It's like gravity, the spiral down. If he doesn't annoy me, I'm disappointed. Lord, please help me. I'm so pathetic. He makes me manic high. Mom doesn't notice. She's trying to be both parents. At night, I hear her crying. She's dealing with your mania, but I'm sinking. It's not a dream. This is a nightmare. War is hell. Who will deliver me from the body of this death? That's a quote from the Apostle Paul. It's in Corinthians, 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians. Jesus, awake, he says, peace be still. He breaks my chains in pieces. I can breathe for the first time. I take in the warm air, look up to heaven and whisper a prayer. Thank you. For a while he leads me beside the still waters. He says he'll be my perfect father. Up further on the mountain than I can see awaits another battle. But with Jesus, there is victory. So yeah, that was that I wrote about. High school. So, yeah. And you run into all kinds of people on YouTube, you guys, all kinds of people on YouTube. And I had this one interesting follower, and he had the craziest name too. This one character. And I think this is why this has triggered me so much. It triggered me because of that that boy that sexually harassed me in high school and proposed to me. And I was like, yeah, if you knew me or got to know me and weren't just always talking this trash all the time, that's the kind of person I am. I am the Mary. I was watching Wonder Hussy, and all these guys come on there and ask her to marry them, and she's like, "I'm not the marrying kind," and it's like, that's a kind way to put it. I'd be more like, "Yeah, I am the marrying kind, but you're not. You're not him. Sorry." So like, I don't know. It's like, what do you say sometimes to people? But this guy came in, and I guess that's why it triggered me. I later on, I was like, why did that trigger me so much? And Anthony blocked him, or I don't know if he just timed him out or what. But he came in and said, I'm going to marry Red someday. And I was just like, moderators. And then finally, Anthony was cued in that I was really annoyed, and he timed him out. And because I was just like, no, not this, no. So yeah, and yeah. My grandmother said to me once, and I believe this, pretty is as pretty does. And she said, you're pretty on the outside and pretty on the inside. And I think I put that quote in my blog post about Average Girl is about dating these boys in high school. And I didn't realize that their former girlfriends had been sleeping with them, and then they'd break up with me. And I'd be like, why did they break up with me? What did I do? And it was because, they knew I wasn't, I wasn't going to sleep with them, and I couldn't figure it out because I was just like so naive. And that's what my Average Girl post is about. I'm trying to think, where is that on here? Oh, I have one on Joy. I have one on the movie Elf. I'll put another link to my blog. Oh, TRDs. It's all the letters next to the RED. The T and the wrong letters. But anyways, if you can find that blog post, it's called Average Girl. It's called Average Girl. Let me see if I can find it. Did I not put it back up? Maybe that's when I need to put back up. Let me see if I can. I'll put it back up right now. Posts. Let's see. I maybe said too much. I'll look into putting it back up later. I always say too much about everything. Let me see. I just had hundreds and hundreds, 200 probably. Blog posts. I have the one up about like mother, like daughter, which is about my mom. I had one about King of Hearts posts, and that's really why I got the tattoos I got, the heart and the crown, because Jesus is a king of my heart. But those I don't have back up right yet. Let me see. So many, and I was very, very, and I even have the one up about Catholicism. I mean, no, I don't have it up. I mean, it's a draft. I have one up about visiting moms, with my mom giving me advice, but it was really more like in my imagination and a dream. Let's see. Oh, the irony. My son recently told me that, I have one on William Barclay in the Bible. I should put that back up. Let me see something. Okay, published it. William Barclay in the Bible, I just published it. He talks about how the Bible is helpful and stuff. On drinking, I didn't drink at all. I have one published that's on bipolar. It's called An Unquiet Mind. Here it is, Average Girl. It's a draft. I'm gonna publish it. Let me see. File not available because it's not published. You have to look at the dates on these, you guys, because most of them were when I was still married. So take that into account. Yeah, Average Girl. It's called Average Girl. And I just put it back up. Yeah, so many blog posts. And more are not published than are published, because there's like over 200. I'm Redheaded Writing Hood, y'all. Oh no, I don't have my watch hours. I'm waiting on watch hours. The watch hours, you guys, you have to get them within a year's time. Like last year, that's why I say, and it is true, the bullying messed me up. Otherwise, I would have been monetized last year. And it wasn't all just what they did, but because of my mental health and the anxiety it caused me, I stopped going live as often. And my lives would get a lot of views, would get my most views. So I was going live every week, and I started going live just monthly. And I wanted to quit YouTube. The anxiety was so bad from the bullies, and they put me out of that whole a van life community on YouTube, and that was the support and everything. So I had no support. I had this anxiety. It was just horrible. And that's why, like, I will talk about it. I will always talk about it in order to help people who are going through the same things, or similar things. I will always talk about it. It's like I can put it behind me. I can forgive them, but I will still talk about it. I will talk about what I want to talk about on my channel, okay? And what I think will help people. And so I learned so much, and that's why I still talk about it. And because I had 39, I only had like 300 subscribers. And see, then they changed it. But I could have been monetized last year. So I'm at like 27 something. So to the first level, since they changed it, you can get monetized at 500 subscribers. So I have more than enough subscribers to get the channel memberships. And I just need 3,000 watch hours, which I think I will get by the end of next month. That's why I'm planning my monetization party for New Year's. I'm hoping to have my monetization that will be just channel members. But also maybe I could get, if things, you never know with YouTube when things go nuts, like I said with the Slinky video, and then me in the pool. You guys, I don't look like I don't expect that. I didn't do that too, but yeah, now my most viewed video is the short of me in the pool. But I in no way expected that. And because I in no way like I looked when I was in high school, obviously. But whatever. It's worth the fight. Oh, that's cute. Sandhill Crane singing in flight. Let us know it's worth the fight. Much love and blessings. I've got to go. Thank you, Gracie. Thank you so much. I will get that book sent out to you. Yes, thank you. Bye. Yeah, I'm going to pray for y'all and let you go. And I'm not going to go live tomorrow because I'm going to work. I'm going to work at the other, because I missed working this week. And that might be I've been I've been down a little bit this week. And I think that's why, because I love my job so much and the pool's closed. And so when I got a text today that they wanted to see if I could work at the other rec center, I worked there one time at Buck. I said, yeah. So I'm going to work tomorrow. So I'm not going to go live. So I'm probably going to take that live down. So I'm sorry. The next time I'll be going live will be Monday night, unless I go live tomorrow night. I could maybe go live tomorrow night, but I want to swim too. I miss swimming. That's another thing I can't do because my pool is, they're working on the pool this week is what they're doing. So yeah, they're working on the pool. So I'm not working. And I think that's why I was kind of down this week. I'm like, what? Kind of like an up. It was I was flabbergasted and just so excited that a repentant bully. I mean, so excited, especially like old me would be so excited about, like, he got saved. But I don't think that now. I actually think his beliefs he does have Christian beliefs. But before I would have said, no, you're a fake. You're a fake. No, but anyways, but a repentant, her ex is a repentant. He seemed repentant. He didn't want me to open up that can of worms. That was just her. He didn't want me to reopen that can of worms. So I'm so thankful, so thankful. And I feel like thank you, but thank you, George. What was the name of that show? Not braining it, favorite telly with George. Oh, Seinfeld? Seinfeld? Oh, a lot of good stuff on Seinfeld too. Oh gosh. If you watch any of those shows though, I mean, it's no wonders everybody lies. Like they're always lying. I'm like, oh gosh, you wouldn't have all these problems if you all wouldn't lie so much. Like, stop it. Like on Friends, if you watch Friends or you watch Seinfeld, they're lying, they're being fake, yeah, it's hilarious, but whatever. I still like, I was talking to my daughter about The Chosen because I'm watching season 3, but I'm annoyed because they added so much that's not in the Bible. I'm just like, really? Why are they adding? Why is all this stuff in here? Why? But it's still a lot better, like TV to watch than like Friends or Seinfeld, even though those are funny shows. But you can see, like, I don't know. But is that what you're talking about? I remember George was on Seinfeld. Seinfeld is hilarious. Oh my goodness. So hilarious. I'm going to pray for y'all. Dear Lord, thank you for these YouTube friends and family. I pray you bless Elsa. I pray you bless Lori Jane and Michigan Carol and Gracie. Thank you that Gracie came in here today. Please bless Chris and give Chris peace about his mom, Lord, that she's with you. I pray that you would give him peace about that. Lord, we continue to pray for Roy, that you would continue to heal him and continue to heal Becky, continue to heal my friend Lori, and be with her daughter, Helen, as she gives birth to a new grandbaby, and keep mama and baby safe as she's having that baby soon. Lord, thank you for our children. Thank you for my grandchildren. I pray you bless them, that you would keep them safe, that you would keep my son and I safe as we travel to Philly at Christmas, that you would help my son find a job, that you would be with my oldest son especially, and comfort him and be with him and help him to be able to forgive and help him to just have peace, Lord. I pray in the words of Isaiah for my children, Lord, like I used to pray long ago, that all my children would be taught of the Lord, and great shall be the peace of my children. Lord, I pray that I want my children to be happy. I want them to be at peace. I want them to just attempt, if we all attempted to follow you and do unto others as we would have them do unto us, Lord, this would be such a wonderful world. Lord, help us to be kind. Help us to treat others as we would like to be treated. Let me go through the names some more. Oh, Lord, I pray you be with Anthony. Anthony wasn't here, but I pray you be with him and bless him. Be with Ronald. So continue to heal my friend, keeping up with Colorado, Lori. Trying to go through, please bless Mary. Be with her, keep her safe as she travels. Please bless Nancy. Thank you for Nancy, who said she was going to send me the recipe. Please bless Alec. Help Alec in dealing with his bullies. If he has any at school and the ones on YouTube, Lord, please give him wisdom in that and show him the right thing to do. Please bless Brenda and be with her, and trying to get everybody in the chat. I won't always be able to do this, you guys, when I have more. Thank you that Van Girl Cheryl came in, Lord. I pray that you would bless her and be with her as she travels. Please bless pre-retirement days, comfort food, and more. And please bless Ronald. And I think that was everybody. Thank you for all these people, Lord. Thank you that I'm so close, Lord, and I feel I'll be monetized soon, Lord. And I pray that I will be this year and be able to have my party for New Year's. Thank you so much for all your blessings on us, Lord. I thank you for my parents, even though I know they're with you in heaven. Tell them hello, Lord. I'm thankful for my inheritance. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my kids, Lord. I'm thankful for my apartment and my car and my job, Lord. So thankful. You are so good to us. Thank you so much. I pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. Yes. God bless you, Chris. All right. I'm going to go. I have to call Lindy back. Don't say that no one cares for you, because I do and God does too. Don't forget to pray for Red, because Red is praying for you. Love you all. Bye. I will see you Monday, unless I change my plan for tomorrow. I will see you Monday. Love you. Bye.